Welcome to the F1 Time Portal, a Formula One history podcast by a couple of friends that love Formula One. I'm your host, Rosa.
And I'm your Saturday Night Fever host, Luigi. And today we are rating drivers from 1977 for our special series, the Time Portal Championship. And this is part 2. So let's go.
And welcome back, Benedict, all the way from Austria. How are you?
Still doing fine. Happy to be here.
Excellent. You must be happy. We've got some representation from Austria on our leaderboard happening right now.
Yeah. In a way, too. I mean, Walter Wolf is also Austrian, so in a way, also
yes.
too.
So, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we're up to race 6, Rosa, the Monaco Grand Prix.
Yes, I will read out a short summary. Brabham Alpha did some extensive testing and came to this track fully ready, and they were, because Watson secured his first ever pole position with Scheckter in second in the Wolf. Reutemann was next, followed by Peterson. The race organisers stipulated no overtaking at the first corner on the first lap, but Scheckter did just that, as Watson suffered from wheel spin. Watson recovered quickly to second, and for half the race, Watson was on Scheckter's tail. Lauda moved his way up to third place, having been waved through by an ailing Reutemann in the other Ferrari. At about halfway mark, Watson's gearbox had issues and eventually seized. This allowed Lauda through into second, but he was 15 seconds behind. The race seemed settled until the last lap, when Scheckter had fuel feed issues and Lauda closed right up to Scheckter, but still came second, about 1 second behind. Third was Reutemann, then Mas, Andretti and Jones. The Aussie. All right, over to you, Benny.
Yeah, I put Lauda in third, started from sixth, almost closed in on Scheckter, was quite tight at the end. In second, I put Watson because it was his first pole position and he was in second place, but then had a gearbox failure. And in first, I put Scheckter, like good start, led the race, also fastest lap. So yeah, so Scheckter first, Watson second, Lauda third.
Okay, I've got no concerns. Yeah, I think this season is a bit like that with these race results and tips, because things that should happen sort of do happen. And I was going to say one thing about you, Benny. You must be one of those people that, I don't know, it doesn't rate a huge amount to me, but the fastest lap in the race just doesn't do it for me. I'm just saying.
He's a lot like Andrew in that respect. Yeah.
Yeah. What's who cares? You got the fastest lap. Qualifying the pole position. That's what people are excited about. Not you did a fastest lap in what is sort of like an endurance race. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not equal important. Like a pole position will always weigh more than a fastest lap, but still, I think I acknowledge it in a way. So.
Well, I mean, I see society does, because you see every time they talk about the history of a driver, they say, 200 races, 30 wins, 40 podiums, and 15 fastest laps. It's like the fourth or fifth thing, so it gets more attention than it deserves is what I'm trying to say.
Understandable. I mean, Gerhard Berger had more fastest laps than wins and pole positions. So I know that he has 21. So he has 21 fastest laps.
I see. I see.
That's the truth. Okay. So I had exactly the same top 3 as Benny. So
I was going to say, you can't argue with him too much.
He has
exactly this.
I picked on what I could. So Lauda, strong drive from 6th to 2nd, nearly took the win when obviously the Wolf was spluttering. Watson actually hounding Scheckter until nearly half distance before his gearbox gave up. So he was right up there. And first pole, of course, and Scheckter lights the flag win. He broke the rules, but he still won. So there you go. Not a major rule that he broke, but
look, the way I read it, he overtook Watson on the grid when Watson was having wheel spin and was in, he wasn't driving and overtaking him. He overtook him while the guy was stationary on his grid position. So I didn't think it was really breaking the rules, but I had exactly the same tips as you guys as well. I had Lauda, Watson, Scheckter. So I think the race was a pretty routine race, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So,
Monaco.
yes, very Monaco. You're right. Yes, but that means Scheckter has extended his lead because we all had Scheckter in top position there. So he's now on 88 points. Andretti's second on 46, equal with Lauda on 46, and Hunt is fourth on 28.
So we're 1/3 of the way, and Schechter's got a big lead.
Yes,
We also
yes,
know in the race reviews that he doesn't score for the next 4 or 5 races.
that's right.
But he should have won, and maybe he'll get more points. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're up to the the Belgium Grand Prix. Yeah, the 7th race of the season. So Michael Andretti was on another level. Mario. Did I say Michael? I was thinking of his son. So Mario Andretti was on another level at this track, and he secured pole by over 1 seconds from in-form second place Watson in the Brabham Alpha. At race start, Watson got the jump on Andretti, and on the opening lap, in his efforts to tightly follow Watson, Andretti rammed into him and both went out on the first lap. So this allowed Scheckter in the Wolf to jump from 4th to 1st. Nielsen in the other Lotus was 2nd. As the race progressed, the weather changed and many teams went from wets to slicks. And while Nielsen had a poor stop, which relegated him to 8th, Lauda went on into the lead. Scheckter was out with tyre and car issues. Nielsen went on a charge, and from quite a distance back, both caught and passed Lauda for the lead, and he would go on to win his first ever F1 race. Lauda would finish second, Nielsen won, Peterson third, in what was a very high attrition race. So over to you, Benny. Let's see if we can do different picks from one another.
The third is the first time I gave it to Peterson, but also I gave it to Sweden because it was the only time that two Swedish were on the podium. And the next Grand Prix will be the Swedish Grand Prix. So I also want to acknowledge Sweden in a way because it gave a huge boost to the Swedish Grand Prix. In second, I put Lauda. Could have won it, but the first has to go to Nielsen because very impressive coming back from 8th and winning it because conditions weren't easy. So Nielsen first, Lauda second, and third Sweden and Peterson in a way.
And
Benny,
Rosa, what are you going to say about Sweden? Because
have no
country, that's
idea.
crazy talk. That's crazy talk, isn't it, Rosa?
Benny, you have no idea how hilarious you picking Sweden is because Luigi picked Sweden last time on this thing in 1976 because he liked the yellow and blue colour of the Tyrrell that won in Sweden, whose flag was also yellow and blue.
So I said Sweden won the race. Yeah.
So you picking Sweden now is just hilarious. It is the funniest thing.
But you're not going to attack him. And Betty, I got attacked repeatedly. So let's hear your attacks, Rosa. Tell him how ridiculous it is that he gave it to a country. Go on.
Well, it's not even in Sweden. It's in Belgium. But look,
he's anticipating a fastest lap by an Austrian. He can't wait.
I think what he's doing is he's because Nielsen and Peterson are both on the podium. So I think that's what you're saying, that it's a acknowledgement to the Swedish F1 pedigree, which is more than the colours blue and yellow. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Okay, so
yes.
I had Andretti third. That's a bit of a controversial one, and I know.
Yes.
He qualified on pole by 1.5 seconds, and he would have won this race so easily if he'd not hit Watson and caused both of them to go out. And that's why it's third and not higher. So that's to offset any arguing there. So I had Scheckter in second. He did a great drive to take the lead, jumping from 4th to 1st and really doing well in that new team, and unlucky with the weather issue, which I think caught him out and cost him. And lastly, Nielsen. What a great comeback drive from a bad pit stop and really coming out of the shadow of Andretti. I mean, Andretti showed how good this car was, that if Andretti didn't make this mistake, it reinforces why Andretti is third.
He made the mistake.
He did it on the first lap.
1.5 seconds pole.
Oh, that's a little bit.
Even
taking-
Nielsen got the fastest lap. If Nielsen could get the fastest lap, what was Andretti going to do? You know?
an even faster lap.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Andretti is sus in there, and we don't even know. Bene, did you see any footage of this race? Did you see Andretti hitting?
No, I didn't look. I watched some footage of races, but I didn't specifically do that one.
Because
What is
Luigi
he,
and I
Rosa?
wondered.
Are you
Huh?
making him like the accident evaluator of every?
Well, yes,
you know?
I am, because we wondered what this accident was like. Like, was it a racing incident? Was it aggressively trying to overtake him and then just misjudging? What happened? How do you ram someone from behind by accident? You know, I don't know, but I think we joked during the race review that the car was too powerful for him.
Yeah, that's why he's got an outside lines all the time.
That's right. Yes,
Because he could, unlike
Yeah,
everyone else, he
exactly.
could. He was sticking to the ground.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes. So that's
How's yours?
interesting.
How's your top three, Rosa?
Well, I went Scheckter in third. Bad luck. Otherwise, he would have got on the podium, I thought. I had Lauda in second, a bit like Benny. Patient for second. I think he ran a patient race here. And then, yes, I had Nielsen first. Great first win. Took a chance with his tyres and came from eighth after his pit stop for the win. So that's a good win in anyone's books, really. So yeah, Nielsen gets top billing for me.
Yeah, and I'm just looking. I'm
Yeah.
trying to see where Lauda qualified. Yeah, it's about 10th or something. He's having
Yes.
a bit of a tough time, but getting second, yeah, not bad. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And like I said, he ran a patient race here. Didn't try anything too out there. He just ran his own race. Okay, so to the leaderboard, we have Scheckter still in the lead on 98, but second place is now Lauda on 58. Andretti is third on 50, and quite a big gap now to fourth, who's Hunt on 28.
Okay. Swedish Grand Prix. That's you, Rosa.
Oh, so Swedish. Let's get ready for more points for Sweden now.
Yeah.
A full crowd turned up to see their Swedish race winner Nielsen plus Peterson getting his best result of the season in the previous race. The crowd would be disappointed. Andretti got pole with Watson in second. At race start, Watson got the jump, but Andretti quickly took the lead and dominated. There was a big battle for second place between 7 cars until Scheckter took out Watson. Lafitte from 8th on the grid moved to the front of the second place group and then started to pull away. While he was slowly catching Andretti, he was not really threatening him. With just 3 laps to go, Andretti had fuel issues and had to get a fuel top-up. This left Lafitte through to the first ever all-French win, car, driver and engine. Andretti would finish 6th. Second would be Mas in the McLaren, then Reutemann in the Ferrari. Point of interest, these 3 qualified 8th, 9th and 12th. That is Mas, Reutemann and Andretti. Oh, was it Andretti?
Yeah.
Mas, Reutemann. Anyway.
Andretti.
Andretti, did he qualify 12th?
Oh, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Okay.
Reutemann qualified 12th.
Okay. Yes, Andretti was on pole, wasn't he?
Yeah, Andretti was pole. Yeah. All right, Benny, your tips. So over to you, Benny, for your top 3.
So I put Andretti in third because he had the fuel issues at the very end. He should have won it. In second, I put Jochen Mass to acknowledge that he also did it from 9th place. Quite an impressive. And first, I went a bit left field. I put Lafitte, but also France in there because the first winner of France in the French team with a French engine. So yeah, so Lafitte, France in first, Mas in second, Andretti in third.
The only thing I was going to say, Benny, is we hear about this in Australia, but there's a TV show called Eurovision. You've heard of Eurovision, I assume.
Austria won it this year, so yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. But what I notice happens in Eurovision, and I'm pretty sure this is true, the countries do like sweetheart deals with each other. You're like, we'll vote for you, you vote for us. And And I just want to remind you that this is not Eurovision. You don't have to vote for Sweden and France. It's okay. You can vote for the less popular countries. Vote with your heart is what I'm trying to say. There's no Eurovision prize. That's all I'm trying to land here.
Yeah, I mean, if that would have been an Austrian in an Austrian engine, I would talk 20 minutes for it, but about it.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
So
Yes, okay. I had third Watson, taken out from behind for the second race in a row, and he was in second place at the time. The poor guy, he's being taken out, right? So we should acknowledge that. All of us should. Second is Lafitte. Great charge from 8th to take the win. Navigated that complicated middle group where it was quite difficult. And yeah, first ever all French victory. And Andretti, I actually gave him the win because he had pole, led nearly the whole race, like lap 69 of 72, you know, and the fuel metering caused an issue. So Lafitte was lucky to win it. And I think Andretti needs recognition. He should have won it. So in that regard, I also challenge you, Bene, as well for that same reason. And let me just check if he got fastest lap. Oh, look at that. He got fastest lap as well.
okay, yeah.
So yeah, I think Andretti should be acknowledged. And Bene, you've been tough on him. I just realized I should have picked that up earlier.
Maybe
Yes, I should have as well.
Yeah.
It's fair, but it was the first time that it happened like all French, so I wanted to acknowledge that in a way, even though it was
fair
like
enough.
no doubt about it.
Okay. Rosa?
Yeah, I had similar to you, Louis, except for my third place, I had Muss instead of Watson. I just thought he did good to get 9th. He was 9th and then he got 2nd. So I thought that was a good drive from him. But yeah, I had Lafitte 2nd. Great drive from 8th. A bit lucky, but good, still good drive in Ligier, like his second year in team.
Yeah.
And yes,
and I think a single driver team too. I don't think there's another Ligier driver. Yeah, it's just him. Yeah.
Just him. Yep. And Andretti, I thought he should have won this race. He had fuel issues which ruined a dominant performance all the way from pole to 3 laps from the end. He had fuel issues.
I know. Yeah.
So I think he should have won it. So Benny, just very, very harsh on Paul, Mario, Andretti.
Yeah, even Mass, he put Mass ahead of him as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So after 8 races, we have Scheckter still in the lead on 98, but Andretti is catching up. He's on 70 and Lauda is still on 58.
Closing up. It's within reach, that's for sure. Okay, so up to race 9, the French Grand Prix. Andretti and the Lotus were very strong on this track, and he duly took pole by 0.5 seconds ahead of an inspired Hunt in the McLaren. Nielsen was 3rd in the other Lotus and Watson 4th in the Brabham. At race start, Hunt made a great start while Andretti had wheel spin and fell back to 4th. Watson quickly dispatched Hunt after a few laps and pulled out a 5-second lead. And it took until lap 17 for Andretti to finally get back up to 2nd, but there was little he can do to reduce Watson's lead. At the halfway mark, Andretti started to close the gap to Watson, and with 20 laps to go, the gap was 3.5 seconds. Then with 10 laps to go, they were together. However, try as he might, Andretti could not find a way past. Watson was driving very well. Then, on the last lap, the Brabham Alpha spluttered, fuel. Andretti pulled up alongside, then the Alfa Romeo hesitated, and the engine hesitated again, and Andretti was through. He would win the race by 1.5 seconds. Watson would run dry on the straight on the finish line, but still claim 2nd. Hunt a distant 3rd, Nielsen 4th, and the Ferraris of Lauda and Reutemann in 5th and 6th. So let's see if people have a heart for Watson.
Yeah, I put Hunt in 3rd. He was a bit best of the rest. 2nd, I put Andretti, even though pole position, fastest lap, and he won the race. But yeah, I gave the first place to Watson because it was his race. And yeah, he couldn't do anything about like the fuel issue and still managed to get 2nd, but it should have been his win.
Wow. Not even fastest lap saved Andretti, Luigi.
Yeah. Yeah, so I had exactly the same. I had Hunt 3rd. His 12-lap defense of 2nd place against Andretti was mighty, and it sounds like he's really outperforming his car, even though he's not really landing the results so far. Andretti 2nd, should have finished second, lucky win, but great qualifying. And Watson, early race leader, led nearly the whole race, only to have fuel issues in the end, and lucky to not be hit from behind and taken out of the race at the start as well. That's a comment about previous races. Not much to say.
Yeah, I struggled with this. I had the same as you guys as well. I really wanted to put Lauda in third. I had exactly the same, but I really wanted to put Lauda in third. But he qualified ninth, which was good because he finished fifth, but he finished over a minute behind the winner. Like he finished 1 minute 14 behind Andretti. So I didn't think that was great. So, yeah, I had to go Hunt then because at least he finished like about 34 seconds behind the winner. So, as you say, Bene, best of the rest there. But I really wanted to put Lauda in there, but I couldn't justify it. But yes, and Andretti, pole and good fight for first. Bit lucky, but good on him. And then, yeah, Watson, fuel issues took away from a dominant performance, and he had good defence on Andretti as well. So, yeah.
So the problem is if Watson's going to have any chance in this TP championship, he really needed people like Andretti to not get any points.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, but Andretti got pretty good points too. So Watson may be jumping up, but he's not a threat. We all know that. Unless we keep giving him points like this, but let's see.
Well, he's currently fourth on 56. Third is Lauda on 58. Second is Andretti on 88. But still in the lead is Scheckter on 98. He's hanging in there, Scheckter.
He is. And it just shows this championship is a Scheckter-Andretti battle. If you take out the silly retirements and stuff.
Yes, that's right.
It shows. That's what TP is all about. The alternate universe, right?
That's right. All right. Are we keeping going?
Yes, we are.
Grand Prix. All right. So we have the debut of the Renault F1 team. First time turbo car, and they had different tyres as the rest of the grid. They had Michelin tyres, as well as Gilles Villeneuve in an older McLaren as the third McLaren driving in this race. And Patrick Tambay. Wow, we've got lots of debuts here. Hunt secured a strong pole with Watson on the front row alongside him. Lauda and Scheckter were on the second row, followed by the Lotus pair of Nielsen and Andretti. Yes, Nielsen ahead of Andretti. At race start, Hunt had a slipping clutch issue and fell back to fourth. Watson roared into the lead. Soon after, Hunt had recovered back up to second to get right on Watson's tail, but passing was a challenge. For the majority of the race, Hunt could not get past Watson. Then on lap 49 of 68, Watson's car had fuel feed issues, and this ultimately caused his retirement. Hunt would cruise to the win. Lauda was second, and Nielsen in a hard-charging third, nearly caught by Lauda by race end. Villeneuve did well to be seventh for the first 10 laps, only for a car issue to hinder him. Renault retired with a broken turbo. Not a good debut for them. All right, over to you, Benny, for your top three.
Yeah, I think you can challenge me in the three of them, because on third I actually put Gilles Villeneuve because it was his debut. He had a weekend car, but he had a good race performance until the turbo broke. But he was apparently very impressive in Friday practice. So I put him in third because it was a good debut. Second, Lauda, he was a bit lucky because Scheckter, Watson and Andretti retirement, but it happens in those times. In first, I put Hunt, even though he was a bit lucky with the win. He had the pole position. He also had the fastest lap. So, yeah.
Where's Watson though? Where's Watson? Did you forget? You can.
Yeah, it's. I totally can.
Poor Watson. Jeez. What does he need to do? The TP were meant to acknowledge him. He was leading until that issue. So, yeah, that's my only challenge. Otherwise, it's fine. Yeah. So I had Villeneuve I had two drivers in third. Villeneuve, one because he survived pre-qualifying, then got ninth on the actual grid and was sitting seventh until false car issues forced him to lose 2 laps, which is a real pity because when I looked at where the drivers were at that early stage of the race, he probably would have finished fourth. So he was just really unlucky in that, probably a bit of naivety going into the pits for a false car issue. I don't know. But we did talk about that in the race review. I had Lauda in equal third with Villeneuve. Strong second place, securing the points required to try to be a champion. Hunt, I put outright second. Strong pole, recovered well from a slipping clutch to be on Watson's tail for most of the race. And he was obviously lucky that Watson retired towards the end. So a lucky win, but Watson first. Qualified second and was leading most of the race. The poor guy. He would have had 2 wins in a row here. And in this one, he didn't even get second. So,
No, he retired, didn't he? He retired 8 laps from the end. Yeah, it was very close. Yeah, I went with you too, Louis. I had Watson first. I think he deserved the win here. I had Hunt second. Good comeback drive from a poor start. Lucky win in the end. And then I had Lauda third. Strong second place. I left Villeneuve out of my points.
You know that's like leaving Senna out. Like
what?
People are going to be like, picketing outside your house, and
Villeneuve is not even in the same conversation as Senna half the time. Come on,
the emotions that people have are up there.
And you can also.
Am I right, Benny? Am I right?
Yeah. Like it was Enzo Ferrari's favorite driver at the time, so I think, like when he was driving for Ferrari, then. So you're totally right with that, Luigi.
Yeah, I think Rose, and she's got Italian heritage. She holds on to that more than
I'm
me.
Italian. I'm a Ferrari fan, and I've left Villeneuve out.
Yeah, I mean, he's a French Canadian driver in a British car.
Yeah,
So at this stage, there's not much Italian in him except the temperament.
Yes, when he makes his debut for Ferrari, I might put him in there. But like making his debut for McLaren and he was 7th. Okay, yeah, he was 7th.
That's very impressive.
For the first 10 laps and then did nothing. Well, then, it was had an issue.
Car.
Yeah, it was a bad car. It was the old car, wasn't it?
Yeah, the M23. Yeah. One more race?
Yep. Hang on. Let me give you the points. Scheckter still leading on 98. Andretti's second on 88. Watson's third, 77.
Wow.
Sorry, 72. 72, not 77. 72.
Yeah, and Scheckter and Andretti scored nothing that round. So that was a really good catch-up round for Watson.
It is, yes.
And look at Lauda, not really up there. He's sort of like in the midfield. Yeah.
So he's 28 points behind Scheckter at this point.
This is reflecting what we said in the race review, Rosa, how, Benny, you didn't hear this, but we're talking about Lauda didn't really have a consistent challenger. It was waves of other drivers and then disappeared. The next wave comes up and they disappear. Okay. So the 11th race, the German Grand Prix. Wolff secured a surprise pole position at the very last moment, Wolff being Scheckter in the Wolff, to demote the in-form Watson in the Brabham. Lauda qualified third with Hunt fourth and Stuck in fifth. Is that how you pronounce his name, Benny? Stuck,
yeah.
Stuck.
There you go.
I'll try to add that little bit of...
He's also living in Austria, so...
Oh, is he Austrian or German? I thought he was German,
but he's living in Austria.
Is Austria like the holiday country for the German people? Like they're living a holiday in Austria?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Mountains.
It is? Okay.
Hiking, skiing. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah. So Stuck in fifth, qualifying, that is. In fact, the first 7 cars were 6 different teams. The race start was impacted by a support vehicle breaking the starting lights, so they had to resort to the waving flag routine. So this was fine, except not all drivers were told. So this caused some mayhem because at the back of the track, because some drivers were not looking at a flag, they were looking at the lights. At the front, though, Scheckter jumped into the lead and Watson was right with him until his engine expired on lap 7. Lauda then closed up on the leading Scheckter, passed him and proceeded to win the race easily. Scheckter was safely in second until he had some engine issues towards the end. Stuck in the Brabham started to close in on Scheckter, only for him to start running out of fuel, and so he weaved to extract as much fuel as possible, and he managed to hold on to third. So Lauda won the race, Scheckter second and Stuck third, Reutemann fourth, and Brambilla fifth in the Surtees. Over to you, Benny.
Yeah, I went with a different German driver for my third. I went with Hans Heyer, who had like the do not start, do not qualify, do not finish retirement in one race. And he's quite a character and quite a funny guy. And it's a unique record that will certainly never be broken. So I wanted to acknowledge that. In second, I went.
Can you go back a second? So the record is not starting, not qualifying.
And
What's the record
disqualifying as well. Yeah. He didn't qualify, but raced. He didn't finish because his gearbox failed and he was disqualified because he should not have started. And
I don't even see his name on the list.
I was on his website and he's quite a character. So
Oh, okay.
So
good on him.
I had to acknowledge that. He's in third. Yes, second Scheckter, pole position, led the race, and first Lauda, because even though it was not the Nürburgring, it must have been an emotional return to Germany. And so, yeah. So Lauda first, Scheckter second, Heyer third.
And the winner the winner's not there. Hunt. Just saying.
No, he left Hunt out. He left Hunt out for Hans.
Yeah, and then I was just saying that, but I left Hunt out too.
Did you?
Yeah.
What?
I was just looking at it. I was, no, Lauda won this race.
Lauda won this race. Lauda won this race.
I'm looking at the wrong one.
Lauda won.
Hunt won.
Yes. Sorry, my bad. That's why I couldn't see that driver on the list. Yes, there he is in the Penske. Sorry. Okay. So I was like, his name's not on the list. Okay, got it. Okay. I've got no concerns.
But, I mean, also Hunt was up there. Hunt retired on lap 33.
He was up there, but he retired early.
47, yeah. All right. Well, Luigi, you've got everyone else except Hunt in yours.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I've got a little bit crazy here. So I've got 4 drivers in equal third. Watson, because he retired on lap 7 and he should have got pole and very unlucky to have to retire again due to engine issues. Brambilla.
Lap 7?
Yeah, but he was up there like in second or something. Let me just see where he was. He was like right up there. He was second on the grid. I think he was in the lead or second place. So yeah, I'm acknowledging Watson doing a great job in that Brambilla. Surtees' team is not a great car, and he qualified 10th and finished 5th. And that was impressive. The support truck for smashing the starting lights and forcing the flag, and then the organisers not telling all the drivers. I thought that was pretty funny. So some drivers weren't even looking in the right spot, which caused drama at the back. And Stuck, poor guy, should have come second if not for fuel issues. And because he was a character, it's not Stuck, it's Hans Heyer that's the character. So I've got to dig into him later. So those were third. Second place was Scheckter. Strong pole for Wolf, a surprise pole, and did well to lead early and ended up finishing with a solid second place. And Lauda qualified third. Not really the in-form car right now, but doing what is required to win the race and a strong drive. Sorry, it was a lot of drivers and things.
Yeah. And Brambilla? Really?
5th.
Yeah.
In that Surtees. Come on.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe I went too far.
A bit reachy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the support truck, yeah, okay.
Yeah, the support truck.
Yeah. Not my best picks, I admit.
I had Hunt in third. I put him in there. I acknowledged Hunt's battling in this race. And I thought he was unlucky to have to retire on lap 33 because of engine issues. Scheckter in second and Lauda in first for the same reasons that you guys did as well.
Okay. I've got no concerns.
Ooh. So we have Scheckter on 116, Lauda on 94, Andretti on 88 and Watson on 73. I think it's out of those 4 drivers, although Scheckter seems to have an insurmountable lead right now.
You mean 116 to 94?
Yeah, okay. No,
That's not much.
24. No, there's 24 points on each race, and we've still got 5 races to go.
Yeah, anything can happen. But Lauda's put himself up there, though. He's basically becoming the leader of the second group. So yeah.
All right. Well, we might hold it there then, and come back for the exciting last part of this TP.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye.